Did you think sports betting was going to be easy? Because I did. When I first started betting, I thought you just pick winners, cash tickets, and stack your bankroll. After 10 plus years of betting, I can go ahead and tell you guys that is so far from the truth. I wasted a lot of time doing the exact stuff you're probably doing right now. Tailing random picks on Twitter, chasing parlays, constantly searching for the next lock of the century, and then wondering why my bankroll kept going to zero. And I still couldn't turn a profit, like the cappers that I was looking at and I was following. So the goal of this video is to share my best pieces of advice and hard truths so you don't waste years and thousands of dollars like I did. I make videos for the person who's overwhelmed with all the sports betting noise and just wants a simple, honest approach to betting without blowing up their life. People are tired of all the fake screenshots and overcomplicated systems, and I promise you, if you follow what I'm teaching, it's going to help you. I get messages and comments every day from guys who were gambling recklessly. Now they're betting smarter, managing their bankroll, and they're finally starting to see real consistent results. But I don't want to drag this video out, so let's dive right into the lessons. Let's start with the first one. You could actually be a sharp and you just never know it. You could have a real edge in sports betting and you never know it because you've never given yourself a real shot with actual discipline. I've seen so many people say they're just unlucky or they don't have the brain for this, but once I dig into their habits, it's clear they've never actually tracked a single bet, never stuck to a system, and never managed a real bankroll. You could be sitting there right now, losing money, thinking you're bad at this, when the reality is you've never even tried doing it the right way. Number two, you got to pick a strategy that makes sense for your goals and follow it for at least 3 months. Even when you hit a losing streak, even when your brain tries to trick you into following some new tout or buying some new model, stay the course, follow the plan, stop system hopping. Number three, tracking isn't optional. If you're not tracking every single bet, your edge, your ROI, your closing line, you have no idea if you're actually winning or you're just feeling like you are. You have to track. A spreadsheet, an app, I don't care what it is. But if you can't show me your data, you don't have a strategy, you have a hobby. Number four, you do not need 10 bets a day. 2 to 3 well-researched, high-conviction bets is going to be plenty. More bets doesn't mean more money. It usually just means more losses. The sharpest bettors I know bet less than what you think. Number five, you're not beating the closing line. Stop comparing yourself to guys running $1 million syndicates and proprietary data and algorithms thinking something's wrong with you, because there's not. You're not doing anything wrong. You're just competing against people with more information, faster line access, and different bankrolls. They don't play by the same rules. But if you're a recreational bettor, your approach has to be smarter. You need more patience, you need real bankroll management, and you can't just chase every trending parlay expecting to get rich. And don't get discouraged by cappers who aren't showing their full record, because if you bet smart, if you stay disciplined, and you stay consistent over a long enough time period, I promise you, you could be profitable. It might take a long time, but those results are gonna be real. Number six, consistency is everything. I don't care what your system is, player props, totals, money lines, live betting. If you only stick with it for 2 weeks and quit after a losing weekend, you're never going to see the results out. What I've learned over the years is most legitimate strategies work over large sample sizes. You just got to find the ones that fit your knowledge base, your sport, and that you can actually stick with. Number seven, basics beat complexity. Remember that. Every long-term profitable bettor I've met has got there without being in somebody's secret Discord. They mastered the basics, line shopping, bankroll management, understanding implied probability, and finding value. Those will never fail you. And of course, you can get more advanced within those. CLV tracking, certain models, correlations, but the fundamentals come first, always. Number eight, parlays are killing your bankroll. Everyone that slams 8-leg parlays hoping for that big hit, guess what? They never sit down and realize they've lost 50 straight trying to just hit one. Sportsbooks love parlays, and that's a reason that they love those. The juice stacks, the edge goes to the house, and guess what? Sometimes doing less is what finally makes your bankroll grow. Number nine, it's you versus you. No capper is going to come and save you. No one can make the bets for you, manage your emotions for you, or stop you from chasing losses at 1 a.m. You got to face the discipline problem, and you got to put the work in yourself. Number 10, your spreadsheet is the truth. The single greatest thing that you have at your disposal is a spreadsheet to track every bet that you make. I know that sounds stupid simple, but if your numbers are showing positive ROI over 500 plus bets, you're doing something right. You don't have to overthink anything else. The data tells the truth even when your emotions lie. Number 11, this is one of my favorite ones. Growing your bankroll slow. Going all in isn't bankroll building. It's just gambling with extra steps. And it's going to make your inevitable bust out happen faster. There is literally zero benefit to oversizing your bets. When you're building, stick to 1 to 5% of your bankroll per play and just give it time. Number 12, remember, simple, not easy. Here's your daily routine. Check the lines early, compare across at least 3 sportsbooks, identify your value plays, place your bets, log them, and then walk away. That's it. And of course, the specifics are going to depend on your sport, your bankroll size, and your risk tolerance. But when you eliminate the impulse bets, the parlays, the emotional chases, and you focus on process over outcome, you're going to find you're a lot more profitable because you're actually betting with an edge instead of betting with your gut. Number 13, value equals profit. If you're consistently losing right now and you just can't figure out why, I want you to look at one thing. Are you betting based on what you think will happen, or are you betting when the odds don't reflect the true probability? Because that's the entire game. It's finding value. Probably the most important lesson, other than tracking your bets, is that long-term profit comes from one thing: consistently placing bets where the odds are in your favor, not the books. If you can learn to identify those spots, the money follows, period. Number 14, longevity. This is why I'm so against chasing losses, max betting on hunches, or trying to double your bankroll in a week. Because you guys have to understand that this is a journey, and you've heard it before. It's a marathon, not a sprint. There's not one single bet that you can make that's going to make you rich tomorrow or even next month. You have to give it time. You have to have a solid system. You have to visualize where you're trying to go. And on the days you take a bad beat, you lean into the process of what you are building. And a really good metaphor I like to use is to think about a mountain climber. Let's say reaching the top is reaching consistency and being profitable. A mountain climber isn't going to stare at the peak every second of the day. They're going to put their head down and focus on each individual step until eventually they look up and they're right at their goal. This is the exact same with sports betting. But instead of the steps, it's focusing on the daily non-negotiables, checking lines, logging bets, managing your bankroll, walking away when there's no value. Occasionally, you'll look up and think about the goal, but you don't obsess over it. Because when you obsess over it, you start chasing, and that's what destroys your bankroll. So I want to leave you guys with this. Take your time. Remember, this is a marathon, not a sprint. Don't max bet on emotion. Think long term. And yeah, it might be cool to hit a big weekend, but what if you could be profitable for life? If you do it right and you don't blow up your bankroll and you don't burn out chasing losses, you can have this for life. And after 10 plus years of betting, those are going to be my best pieces of advice for you. And if you want a step-by-step breakdown of exactly how I find my bets and manage my bankroll, then click the link in the description. As always, I'm Frank with Linemaker Sports. I'll see you guys in the next video. Till then, I'm out.